Hello, my name is Ariana Zhang, and I will be doing my informative speech on medical errors and why it is the top leading cause of death in the USA. About 40% of all deaths in the USA are linked to medical errors. Studies shared on CNN Health, Browns and Barron LLC, CNBC, and Forbes share the same interest on a study by Johns Hopkins University concluding that misdiagnoses and medical errors were the factors and top causes of death in the USA. Medical errors such as misdiagnoses, medication errors, and the act of negligence are all factors of deaths. Misdiagnosis is defined as an incorrect diagnosis or the act of identifying a disease from its signs and symptoms. In the article, Diagnostic Errors Linked to Nearly 800,000 Deaths or Causes of Permanent Disability in U.S. Each Year, study estimates, conducted by CNN Health, about 371,000 people have died annually, and 424,000 people have been permanently disabled due to a misdiagnosis. 5 common misdiagnoses are strokes, sepsis, pneumonia, lung cancer, and blood clots. The article stated, stroke, which the report found to be the top cause of serious harms, is a relatively common condition with a high risk of severe outcomes, and it's misdiagnosed more often than average. About 950,000 people have a stroke each year in the US, and it's missed 18% of cases. This is equivalent to 94,000 individuals who have been harmed or suffer from having a stroke. Misdiagnoses can occur from the results of taking symptoms from one diagnostic and putting it towards another. For example, someone who struggles with speaking or moving a part of their body can be diagnosed with a stroke. Except strokes can also have other signs and symptoms like dizziness or headaches. Newman Toker, a neurologist at Johns Hopkins University, stated, occasionally we have people who get inappropriate treatments for a disease they don't have, and they suffer harms for that. Another common medical error is medication errors. Medication errors are defined as the act of unintentional deviation from the truth or accuracy to treat with medicine. Medication errors are the top 3 leading causes of death in the USA. Based on the article, the third leading cause of death in the US most doctors don't want you to know about, Raylan Seifert shared a story about a little girl named Emily Jury who lost her life due to a medication error. Emily Jury was only 1.5 years old and she was diagnosed with an abdominal tumor. When she was undergoing chemotherapy, the last day of her treatment, a pharmacy technician overfilled her prescription bottle 20 times more than the recommended dose. Tying this back to the Johns Hopkins research study on medical errors being the top causes of death in the United States, a doctor at Johns Hopkins University, Macri, defines a death due to medical errors as one that is caused by inadequately skilled staff, error in judgment or care, a system defect, or a preventable adverse effect. He believes that the system is to blame and that the system is flawed because researchers discovered that 251,454 people have died each year over the span of an 8-year period. Chris Jury, who was Emily Jury's father, also blamed the system and the hospital involved because the hospital was short-staffed and the computer was down on the day his daughter passed away. This leads to my final point of the act of negligence being a cause of death. Negligence is defined as a failure to exercise care. It is mostly practiced with healthcare professionals, and it can occur when healthcare workers are inadequately trained, have poor communication, or are undergoing stress. These 3 factors can lead to medical errors, including diagnostic errors, medication errors, and communication errors. Based on the article, the 10 most common medical errors by Brown and Barron LLC stated, medical errors in healthcare happen for several reasons. system failures, poor communication between departments, human factors, fatigue, stress, cognitive overload, technology issues, electronic health record errors, inadequate training, insignificant preparation for complex procedures, time pressure, rush decisions in busy healthcare environments, and poor teamwork, lack of coordination in healthcare providers. These are all risks of negligence, as these stem from human mistakes or doings. The causes of negligence can lead to death, as studies have concluded that 400,000 people die annually from medical errors, making this the third leading cause of death in the United States. Overall, the three factors that contribute to the U.S. death rates are misdiagnoses, medication errors, and the act of negligence. The research on Johns Hopkins University, supported by CNN Health, Brown & Barron LLC, CNBC, and Forbes, revealed that medical errors are the leading cause of death in the U.S. Medical errors account for 250,000 deaths annually, and these include medication errors as well as misdiagnoses, creating this issue to be the top third cause of death in the United States. Medical errors stem from human and technological factors, and it is important to recognize these issues and prevent further deaths or injuries in the USA. Thank you very much.